What up? I know I just got on. Let me give y'all an update. We ain't gonna be able to get on tonight and talk Bulldogs, man. Not tonight. Got too much going on. You know how this storm did. You look at me, I'm all rough and everything. You know, it's like being one of them, a bulldog. You got to keep scratching out this joint. As you notice, we on generator power. So I do have some power. Bad thing about that is there's no gas. Gotta imagine what it's like, man. No lights for 3 days. Got the generators. I mean, it's it's something that it's terrible, man. And I just say, and I am not nowhere near going through some of the things that I've seen other people go through. You know, lost whole houses, just gone. I didn't get no flood on my end. Like I said, we lost power, but we got so many trees that's down. God been good to me because on both ends of my street, on both ends, not us in the middle. I think it's three houses that didn't get flooded. But the bad thing about that is, in order to get out of the neighborhood I'm in, I got to drive. Thank God I got that big Yukon. I got to drive through flooded waters just to get on the main street. And think about this, fellas. You got to get out and get some gas. Now imagine trying to find something that's literally impossible. And you amongst thousands of people doing this. You know what I mean? This shit looks crazy. Now I've been through a couple hurricanes. I remember being here and was out gas and electricity, and thank God I was on a pump. I had my own supply of water, so I had my own pump. So all I had to do was just power my pump, and I would have water in my house. And I went like that for 2 weeks and had a house full of kids. You know what I'm saying? And I told myself I would never do that again. That's why I got generators. I got generators to back up generators. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, what good is a damn generator if you can't keep gas in it? That part right there is crazy to me. Super crazy. But we still out here surviving. It's just, on Mo's end, he's kind of like, he got power, but everything around him is all flooded. And it's just hard to talk, dog. But me personally, he's out actually spending his majority of his day is cutting down, trees that done fell. It kind of got him like his side door blocked off, his backyard backed off. Thank God the dogs were in the house. You know what I mean? But outside of that, it's just making it. We making it. We already prepared, but my thing was just to actually get out amongst people. And it's been a long time since I've been out amongst people in these types of situations where I'm at the gas station and I swear I was waiting in a line, not a car line. Here, I found a gas station and you couldn't even, if you got gas, you couldn't fill up a container. Yeah. But if you had a container, you had to go get in the container line. So they had lines where people could walk up, big long 2 lines to these gas pumps. So you could line up without having to wait in your car. Or you could just bring your car up in there, but you had a choice. You either getting gas for the car or you getting a container line. Couldn't imagine what I was looking at, man. It was, for me, I couldn't believe this shit. It was like, this, and I mean, you would think the president was in town the way they was orchestrating these lines and lines and lines and lines of cars, and then you got these lines and lines of people standing in line getting gas. And guess what? I was in one of them lines. So I refused to be without my electricity and gas. But that, what you see on TV, is, to me, it's, far so much worse because a lot of these people who lost a lot of everything What do they do? Where are they going to go? I mean, who's looking out for that part? To me, that is that hits home for me when I see that type of stuff. So just to be able to get my truck and at least come back to a dry house, and all my biggest concern is trying to keep gas in the generators. My heart goes out to all the people who are suffering, having to deal with this craziness. But I had to come on just to let fill y'all in and let y'all know it's hard to talk, kind of trying to even think about talking dogs. And you can tell tonight I got my Marine Corps shit on because that's exactly what I've been feeling like. I had 3 trees, fence, shed, all this just blown away. Then my neighbors had to tell, everybody helps everybody, kind of one of them type of situations. So it's kind of like, I kind of feel because I know these people, been knowing them, and how everybody pitches in. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what you do when you're in a community of people, and everybody has that kind of respect for each other, especially when it comes down to these times. You know what I'm saying? I really, enjoy my neighborhood and the people in it. And that's a big shout out to the community. Now if the rest of the world was to sit out and just look at these other people who stuck in the situations they're in, looking at a bad situation, I could not imagine myself in that situation because unless I had to deal with it, because I wouldn't know where to start. Losing everything, all your papers, everything that's important you couldn't get because you was stuck in a situation. You know what I mean? That's that fight or flight. No, you can't win against Mother Nature, man. That's a no-win situation. And there's so many people who try to put up that fight, man, and and it's sad because it's hard to try to give up everything you have. To all my people who lost dogs in these situations, you know what I'm saying? Bad situations that you just didn't see it coming like that, or you knew it was coming like that, but you just took a chance. Whatever make these people do the things that they do, hey, my heart goes out to them because unless you ever been in a situation like that, I guess it would be hard to understand. And for me, I knew what I felt, what I got a chance to see what it felt like to stand in a long ass line for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Standing, big line just to get 2 5-gallon things of gas, jugs that I had to walk almost a half a mile back to get them back to my car because I refused to be in the line, understanding if you get in the line, you can get gas for your car. And I just didn't want to go through that long line because that long line stretched almost 3 blocks. And it was really moving slow because they was like 1 and 2 cars at a time, and then you had the people walking up to the pump. So just trying to give y'all a little insight on just how crazy things can be after crazy done showed crazy. Because it's the aftermath. Just like being in a bulldog scrap, you know what I mean? And now you have to deal with the after effects. You got to, that aftercare is so damn important. It really is. Because you made it through the storm. You made it. But now you got to make it because it was a rough ass storm. Them game ones, they'll put it all on the line, man. And come through. But you got to have something there. They need your help. They can't do that by themselves. They need you to get in there and do what you do best. Save me. And then the way I look at the situation, I'm saving myself. Really. Because I was going to stand in that 2 hours and 30-minute line to get that gas than to be at home and I had no electricity. Can't keep up with the news. No internet. I'm wired in for that, but hell, generators take gas. And it's just sad to see that with all this going on, all these people are already in bad shape. I see people running out of gas looking for gas, man. This is happening in real life. I mean, I just stepped out there, and in order to get out there and get what you need, you got to get out there amongst where it's going down at. And you got a lot of people trying to get the same thing with just a little bit to give out. And you know how folks get, man. People trying to cut lines and cut in front of people and pay people to get the gas for them, all kind of crazy fights. I mean, they're trying to tell you, man, they got the damn police, the National Guard, for me, like I said, I don't get them. I have been a long time since I've been out and had to worry and deal with this type of situation where I had to get out there amongst and see how the people act. Seeing people going into the grocery store, ain't no food on the shelves, no food as far as anything cold. So you getting the regular perishables because being out with electricity, they cleared all the frozen and cold perishes where you better stick to the basics. You know, and imagine even having to deal with that, knowing you done lost everything. And I'm just be asking them, you know, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me, them people, where did they go? I'm pretty sure Mo posted a video yesterday of what it was some guys. They had a sofa, one of them blow up sofas, you know, and they was actually rescuing people out there, them apartments and them homes down through there, going down there, pedaling down there, picking people up and bringing them all the way up to where they could get off the damn floatable sofa and where they could at least walk to the water. Because water was damn, up chest high. And you don't really be knowing what's in that water, and they tell you to stay out of the water. But when you're stuck in a house, the house is already flooded, and it's getting worse down here. Trust me, because the storm been gone, and the water is actually not receding because all the water coming from the center of Florida, it's going to make its way back to the ocean, and it's got to come through here. So that's why you see a lot of places starting to flood up even worse. And here they fixing to release the dike to take the pressure off the dike to let in more water, or the dike gonna rupture, in which at that point they ain't got no control over it. I keep calling it, ours are dams. So they have to open up the dam to relieve the dam pressure. Because if it busts or get the cracks in it, the cracks are always gonna lead to the all-out disaster. They just gonna release it, which means they were gonna release a lot more water out on these people, man. And I'm telling you, being out there, riding around, seeing what I was seeing, and for me, and I was a hurricane adjuster, so hurricanes and seeing destruction is something I was used to doing because the damage had already been done, and I'm only there to assess the damages. But when you out there on the other end, being one of them families and looking at how to deal with those situations, this like is the first time that I really would have stood in line for some gas. My house didn't get hit, but everything around me should have been hit because I got so many trees to deal with, and big trees, that it's almost like, where do I start? So yeah, I had to come in because y'all part of the family. One of the touch notes, because I tell you, we're gonna always try to do it when we can do it, and that's why I'm in here doing it. Cause I'm always gonna try to stay true to that word because we're still scratching. But I just thought to just drop in for those who know how this feels. They know where I'm coming from because it is a very, very, very hurting situation, and you just don't really hurt for yourself. You hurt for everybody around you. You know what I mean? Because there's so many out there that's going through so much more, man. It's just me and my wife. I got to keep my shit piled up for my heart thing. She got to keep her shit going because of her damn cancer treatment. So it's look at them situations and just imagine, man. Do you just sit down and stand in the corner and take that count? Or do you go ahead and say release the dogs, and I do what I'm supposed to do. And there's a whole lot of people out here scratching, a whole lot of them. And I think a lot of people out there game. I mean, I'm gonna tell you a whole lot of people because I wasn't the only one standing in line trying to get that gas. You know, it's just for me. I see some people in a situation that at what point, they're gonna keep trying. That somebody stop and just pick them up, give them some help, because there's a lot of people out there that really need some help and don't have no idea how to get it. You know, and for me myself, I understand the importance of having something that you really need. And for me, it was gas. It was electricity. It was able to keep this heart machine going on. It's enough to keep that medicine being pumped to my wife. These are things that I have to get up and do, or else. And I didn't have time to stop and try to figure out who was going to help me. That's what I say about the neighbors, because they know our situation. They gonna always come and check in, and it was just nice to see that I had neighbors like that, but they in the same situation I am, because they still have to drive through all that water to go check on, their family members, or get out there and get something to eat, because I'm the only one around here with lights, because I guess nobody else wanted a generator, which I'm shocked by, because you would think all of us should have generators, but I'm the only one sitting around it that I can see that's got, lights. So it's hard to get into these bulldogs, but I kind of bring it in, because I know what it feels like to keep scratching and having faith and moving forward, and ask everybody to pray for everybody, because might not ever been in a situation like this, and I pray that you never have to go through a situation like this, because I just don't think people get used to this shit. And it's sad, because there's so many that's doing so much worse than what I am. And I think I'm doing bad simply because. But I still got a roof over my head. I'm still dry. My generator's got some gas. Had to work a little bit to get it. But that's the easy win for me, when I can see just how bad it is for everybody else. So I'm not here to complain. While I'm here to just, put that out there to the community. When people are needed most, in a good community, you shouldn't have to ask for help. They're going to automatically give it to you. They're always going to pop up. And just as good as they are to me, I try to be just as good to them. And for me in my neighborhood, believe it or not, I'm the only darkie in it, But been here for years, and I take care of them, and they take care of me, and we take care of each other. And to me, that in times like this, the community does show up, and I'm part of that community. So trust me when I tell you, I understand the whole community thing. I'm a Marine. I'm be a Marine to life, so I understand what it takes to achieve things when you're working together. And just to put that out there in the air for everybody just to stop and take a look and ride with that. Because we either gonna make it together, or we ain't gonna make it at all. So I ain't trying to be here all night. Just wanted to jump in there and let y'all know, because again, y'all part of the family, and y'all deserve to get an update of why the twins ain't getting on. Well, just to give you a quick rundown of what it is, dealing with no power, and then I'm on my phone. I didn't want to power up the damn office part, because that's what I would have to do. All these computers and everything would fire up, and that's using more of my damn gas. So I don't know how long I'm gonna be without electricity, and I ain't trying to waste it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep the essentials: my internet, my TVs. You know what I mean? One computer. This is the norm. This will be feel a little comfortable. Even my AC every once in a while, because again, I'm trying to save on something that I can't get. It ain't readily available, and that's gas. So I got to sacrifice. Y'all see where I'm coming from. Look at me. Yeah. Already look like I'm stressing? No, I've been working. I've been putting in that work. Ain't got time to say it, you know. I'm in that bulldog mode. Y'all know where I'm coming from. Because we always, y'all know what's up. We always, man, trust me, we always scratch the win. Y'all just take it easy, man. Hey, put out them prayers to everybody, you know what I mean? Because you never know who need it. Thank you. Hey, this is my first time doing this, so I don't know how I'm going to cut it off or not, but in any case, I'm out. I guess I don't know why I ended, huh? If I do this. Yeah, I'm sure.